hundreds of unwritten rules. Another one of the 7 is one that I really enjoy. It's called the Unwritten Rule of Possibility. And what that does is it says whenever you go into a specific organization, a specific task, you immediately in your brain say it's possible or it's impossible. Some of you are familiar with the Sony Walkman. I don't know if you know the story behind it, but the chairman of Sony would travel between Japan and California. And when he was traveling, he used to listen to opera. But back then, when he was doing it, he had one of these tape recorders. Do you all remember these? They're about this big. You carry it like this. And he said, I want something that's portable. So he went to his engineering department, and they said, well, we really can't do that. So you know what he did? He said, you have 4 months. And he picked people, engineers, that were fresh out of school because they didn't know whether it was possible or whether it was impossible. And in 4 months, they created a whole new way of listening to music. And today we look at it and we say that those things are big and bulky, but how many of you all remember having a Walkman? I mean, I did that. And it was transformational to the music industry. One of the classic examples of the unwritten rule of possibility is the story of Roger Bannister. Some of you might know who he is, some of you might not. He was the first person to ever run a mile in less than 4 minutes. Now, if you read the story, what you'll hear is that prior to him doing it, doctors declared it impossible. Now, the reason it was impossible is because they were thoroughly convinced that if a person pushed himself that hard, his heart would explode. Well, he thought it through. He did project management. Believe it or not, he had a rabbit. That's someone in the race that goes out in front of him that he was working with. He designed everything. He knew his splits, and he broke the 4-minute mile. And here's the fascinating part. In the next year, 6 more people did it because he was simply able to break the unwritten rule of possibility.